Hi there, hello to everyone, this is Cooking from Canet and here we are, another day, another recipe, and today we're going to go for a traditional one. We're going to make some fish. It's going to be a cuttlefish stew with peas and potatoes, which is very typical here all over Spain, and you'll see in less than an hour you'll have this stew that I think you're gonna love it. So let's have a look. Right, so to make this stew, we're going to need some cuttlefish. Don't worry about the quantities because you'll have that in the description for 4 people, as per usual. I have to say it's difficult sometimes to get these at Tesco's or Sainsbury's in the supermarket there, but if you go to your local fishmongers, you can order it, and I'm sure it won't be crazy expensive. Some peas, some tomatoes, 2 or 3, depending on how big they are. 1 onion, few potatoes, some paprika, sweet paprika I've got here, 2 or 3 laurel leaves and bay leaves, and some wine. Now let's make it. Okay, so let's start by making the sofrito. The sofrito is the base of many of our Spanish dishes and stews. It basically has some onion and tomato and garlic, sometimes other vegetables. Today we're going to make it with onion and tomato, grated tomatoes. So I'm going to chop the onion first and fry it a little bit, and when it's getting translucent then we'll add the tomatoes. Super, so the onion is here in the cooking pot that I'll show you in a minute. I'm cooking it on a medium heat so that it gets translucent, and in the meantime I'm grating the tomatoes. I've got 1 grated here. You see how much the quantity I've got, because these tomatoes are quite juicy, so I'm gonna use 2 of them today. So that's a bit up to you, so if they are depending if they are big or smaller, but I'll show you the quantity more or less so that you have an idea. Right, so let me show you the onion quickly. There you go. Now it's getting translucent and we can add the tomato that I've got here. 2 of them I used in the end, so have a look, the quantity. You have to think that once we cook it, then it'll reduce. So that's it. This is just the base. Excellent. So now let's let it there for 5-10 minutes, and we'll add the rest in a second. And now, while the sofrito is going on there, the tomato and the onion, I'm going to start chopping or cutting the cuttlefish like this in small pieces, not tiny, but you know, like squares or like this, pieces like this. This is cooking nicely now. So this is the sofrito done, the tomato is done and the onion. And now what we're going to do is add the cuttlefish, which I have here. In it goes. In it goes. And let's give it a quick stir and mix it with the rest like this. Now season with salt. This is very simple, but very nice at the same time. Right, season with salt, and now we are adding the bay leaves. We are going to add the wine and a heaped teaspoon of paprika, sweet paprika, here. Something like this, all over it. Now let's stir again. Right, so this was on medium heat. Now I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. medium high now because the wine is there and we want it to reduce. And we're going to cook everything for around 15 minutes until the cuttlefish is done. Roughly 15-20 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to peel the potatoes, I'm going to chop them, and when the cuttlefish is done, then we'll add the potatoes. Right, so it's been about 15 minutes. Now the cuttlefish is done, it has reduced considerably, and now it's time to add the potatoes, which I have cut into cubes, you see, like this. Super. There we go. Now let's give this a stir. And now I need to season them because I didn't put any salt in them, just a pinch of salt. Where is it? Here. Pinch of salt for the potatoes. Excellent. Now let's give it another stir. And now what we have to do is cover everything with water, just water from the tap. Where is it? Here. Just about to cover the potatoes, well, everything, but get like this. Not too much over the potatoes, because we want this to be a stew, not a soup. So now, okay, the water is there. We're going to turn this up a little bit more, like high heat now, because we want now the water to reduce and then to have a nice consistency, and we want the potatoes to cook. So, right, I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to leave it for half an hour more or less. I think this is how long the potatoes are going to take. And yeah, keep monitoring it, keep stirring it in the process, and that is all really. And if you think that you are running out of water, you can always add a little bit more. So yeah, but we'll see it in a bit. Let me show you how this is doing. So have a look. This has been cooking for 20 minutes now, so we are nearly there. The potatoes are done, but we still want the sauce or the juice to reduce more, to get that consistency of a stew. But now what we can do is add the peas. Remember, add the peas here. Excellent. Let's give it another stir. Like this. And yeah, I reckon this is going to be ready in 5 more minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. So yeah, let me show you. So yeah, five more minutes, I would say. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so here we are, this is ready. It's been, yes, 5 more minutes with the peas there, with the peas when I've thrown the peas in. And yeah, now I've removed it from the fire and I've left it to settle for a few minutes. And now it's time to dish up, so let's have a look. That's it. And it has the right consistency that we like. Now, super. Let me show you closer. There it is. You see, you can add a bit of more juice if you like. But this is the stew consistency that we are looking for. So all done then. I hope you like it. If you did, please like the video, share it, and comment. I always like to hear from you and to see what you think. So that is all done, and I'll see you in the next recipe.